All right, so guys, here's the problem. I uh, I have a little Wonder 8 horsepower blower, and this engine I bought from a guy who said it burnt a lot of oil, and I bought it to replace this engine that was on there. It turns out when I open up the cylinder head, everything it looked immaculate. So I'm not sure whether there's a ring problem or it was filthy with oil caked on it, so it could have been burning oil because there was oil all over it. But we'll find out. But what happened was I took this engine, I took parts off of this, and I basically anything that was bad on this, I switched over. And when I got ready to start it, it started up great, and then I heard a crunch, a loud noise, and this is what happened. The flywheel disintegrated. The magnets in the flywheel came loose. And here are the magnets. Actually, may not be the magnets, but it's part of the flywheel came loose and broke this little piece right here that mounts the ignition coil. This is what it should look like. Okay, so I'm a little crazy, but ironically, this hole, which holds the cover of the engine, lines up pretty almost exact with the piece that's missing. So this is I think a 1/4 inch. I bought a tap. It doesn't, it's not, oops, great. It's not, it is not threaded all the way through. So I bought a tap, or if it is threaded, there was a lot of rust and I couldn't put this bolt through. So I tapped it and now it goes through great. It's a little loose now, but what I'm gonna do is solder it in. If that doesn't work, I'll weld it in. But this is what I did. And now here's the problem. One bolt might hold it, but it would put a lot of stress on this right mount. There's no mount on my engine right now. The left mount is gone. So I just wanted some reinforcement to ensure that the gap doesn't change and this doesn't end up sliding this way and due to vibration. I'm just not sure, but I didn't feel comfortable with nothing here on the left side. So this is what it would look like. Normally it would mount like that, and this is what I've done. I've taken a 1/4, I went to Home Depot, got a 1/4 inch threaded rod, and it's 20 1/4-20, and I got bolts and a bracket. This is a bracket. Ironically, the bracket comes out, I think, just perfectly. Perfect amount of distance. I will show you what bracket I got. Let me just default again. Show you what bracket I got. This is what I got. A 1-inch, 2.5 centimeter bracket that's rust proof, zinc plated. And right now I'm going to be tightening these bolts, and I'm going to be adding some flux to these nuts so that they don't come loose with vibration. And I'm also going to put some flux in here once I get the right height. Once I screw this into the right height, I'm going to cut it. I don't know whether I'm going to cut it half height so that the bolt still can go in to secure the cover, or whether I'm going to leave part of this out and put a nut on the end to secure the cover. I don't really care how it looks, I just want it to work. So wish me luck. I'm going to pause the video because I need both hands, but this will give you an idea of what happened. I'm going to zoom in. That piece broke off because the magnet, I guess it flew into that coil and broke it off. But the other mount looks pretty secure. So in this engine, what I also did, I changed the gasket. I finally, since the other flywheel disintegrated, and something told me to take the flywheel off the old engine and switch it over. For some reason I didn't do it. It looked like a better flywheel. Now I know it was a much better flywheel. Well, I won't know that till I start it up, but I know this worked because it's the original flywheel that was on the other engine that did work. I also went down to my local hardware store and I got tubing, gas tubing, fuel piping. The old fuel piping was crumbling, and I tried to leave it, and I could see gas leaking through, and this thing would have went up in smoke had I left it that way. So it was like $1.29 a foot. So I bought 3 feet of it, and you could see it here. The gas line goes all the way to the gas, and then there's a couple pieces. One goes from the filter to the carburetor, the gas filter to the carburetor. One goes into the engine mount, and one goes to the gas tank. So it started up once before, and then it wouldn't start after that because the coil was broken. The coil mount broke. I'm hoping that when I get this coil properly situated and gapped with my concoction, I know Briggs would not sanction this. They would tell you to buy a new engine, but I'm too far deep in it, so I can't. I have to make this work. Once I'm done, I will come back and show you either that it's working or it exploded again. All right.